Hello and welcome to the Watch Her Work show. I am Kevin. I am joined by recent suffering New York
Yeah,
Liberty fan.
right. But highly celebrating Celtics fan as well.
There
So
you go.
it all just evens out.
That's great. Yeah, at least y'all, it's good when you can fall back on the Celtics, the
Right.
118-time champion. Yeah, that's
Works out
great.
pretty well for me. Yeah, I know the Liberty though. We'll get to that.
Oof, we'll get to that. We got a couple friends
Man.
joining us today. Mac Attack, hello. Snapper, hey, yo.
Hey
I'm sure that's copyrighted.
guys and
And
gals and
yeah, we got
everyone. Hey everyone.
hello, friends. What a night to stream. We got 5 games happening in the W tonight.
There's one tomorrow. Feel like they could have, made that work a little. I have some notes on scheduling. It does feel funny. I remember when the season started, there was a night, I think it was like the night before, there were no NBA playoff games. I was like, why didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been fun for people.
Right. Hey,
this
Kelsey, guess how many WNBA games there were yesterday?
Oh my God.
0.
Zero.
There were none. And there's going to be one tomorrow. And we have
And
5
there's
tonight.
one tomorrow. And then there's 5 on Thursday.
I don't know what.
And then we get 5 for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
All overlapping.
What's wild to me is that I didn't get to like tune in too much to the earlier games today. Tried to catch a little bit of Mystics Wings before we hopped on here, but I think I caught them right at halftime, so I wasn't really able to see much. But what's wild to me is because there's so few teams. Like I watched the Sun and Liberty play in New York opening weekend, and now they're already playing playing again today. So
I watched 2 Mercury Storm games last week for my Winsider responsibilities. It's wild that we're doing this. The NBA has gone back. The NBA has gone to these like back-to-backs, and the WNBA for whatever reason is following it. Is it just? I mean, they're playing at each other's places, so it's not saving anybody time. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be curious. I wonder if it just, I would think the scheduling's a little bit difficult with both travel and just like trying to get everyone
right
to play each other. I mean, it's there's only 12 of them.
Right. There's only so many you can play.
There's only many combos.
Right. Before our lives got sucked into Girl Scouts this evening, as I told you, it was just like draining the energy from my life, trying to keep those together. I watched a little bit of Dream and Fever before that got out of hand. And
what's that? What did that end up at?
That ended up, I think Atlanta won by like
101-79.
Yeah. Just this Dream, man, like it is. Who would have guessed? Like who would have thought that we'd be here?
Yeah. They look good. And I feel like I've said that about most teams. Like this will be good for me because I can sort of formulate where I stand on the teams right now. Right. I feel like we've gotten a lot of surprising games where it's like, oh, hey, they're here. They're playing well. This looks good, like exciting season. And then the next game, they fall apart. And so I just don't – I keep feeling like, oh, good, they're going to play – like the Liberty play the Sun again. I hopefully have kind of figured out how that game will go. And then the Sun won 92-65 today.
God, it was so bad.
Like that game went into overtime the last time. Yeah. So like, not only am I learning nothing, I feel like these teams are learning nothing. So I'm still very confused. And then we're going to have players come back from overseas any day now. And that's just going to really throw me for a loop. So
yeah, the continuity is just
all the things.
Yeah, it's not there.
And the season is not like super long. Like by the time I figure it out, it's going to be over.
Yeah, some teams have already played 5 games, and that's like 15% of their season, something like that.
Gotta stand your toes.
Exactly. Who knows what's happening next with this? Like if you would have told me the Liberty and Sun play a third time and New York wins by 25, I'm not going to be surprised by that.
Yeah.
because New York certainly can.
Right. It's
unreal.
Speaking of, we met my family in Mohegan this last weekend, and we did not go to the Sun game, but we absolutely should have. It was so cool to walk by and see the ticketing booth and be like, oh, they're in there. Like they're right in there.
Yeah.
What a cool weekend.
So tell me kind of like where I've always been so interested in this. So I think of me, just a simple farm boy from the Midwest. I think of when pro teams play, they're in like the Barclays in the middle of the city, all of this stuff happening around them. The Sun play in a much different environment. Like, tell the world about this.
I haven't seen a game at Mohegan. I should say that. And this was the first time I had been to Mohegan. So this was like all a very new experience for me. I the whole time was like, why don't I see any of them out on the casino floor? Like, you're right here. Like this slot machine is probably a shorter walk than it is to your locker room. So I really was like keeping my eyes peeled the whole night. Like, do they just come out afterwards? Like it's right in it. It's right there. And then seeing, I think I saw a like article about it afterwards, and the picture, I was like, oh, I walked by there. Like I used that ATM that was right across from the ticket booth. Like that is in Mohegan.
This casino that's just in the middle of Connecticut.
Yeah. Like, and there was a good amount of people. I felt like there weren't a ton of people at the casino. I was surprised for like a Saturday night that it didn't feel as full as I thought it would be. Maybe everyone was at the game instead and I didn't see them. But yeah, it feels like it's cool that it's there. I think it's such a neat, it creates this sort of extra layer to seeing them too. And that also might deter people from going to the game. But I think if you live nearby, like you can treat it just as an arena. Yeah. But for me, who would be traveling to go there, like it's very easy to make a weekend out of it and just stay in that one spot. Like you can go to a game, you can go to the casino. There's all those restaurants in there. There's like a ton of shops in there. I had no idea you could go shopping in Mohegan. I thought it was just casino vibes. And then you could go to a game and you could really like have a fun time with it. So
this is amazing. Yeah. You're like describing like the East Coast Aces is what it sounds like.
Right. Except they're like, you have to go outside. You don't have to go outside for any of this. Like it's all,
like that's my pale dream. That's amazing.
Right. It's cooler. The weather's
rowdy. Yeah. All right. So that's amazing. And it's just, it adds to just a level of weirdness about just like what the WNBA, what it experiences.
What it is.
Some teams looks like the Sparks. I know they play in the crypto something or other arena, but it looks like they play in a conference room. I know like the Liberty actually play in Barclays.
Yeah, and that felt the most similar to like an NBA game experience to me, where I think like there was a good crowd.
Yeah.
The crowd was lively, which made it feel more full in there. But yeah, that felt like an NBA game to me.
Yeah, and I think a lot have been. Even the folks that play in like smaller arenas, like the Dream, the Sky. I was trying to think of another one. A lot of them play in sort of the regular, humongous arenas. But I mean, the Dream have been selling out in these smaller arenas, and it looks and feels like a playoff atmosphere. When they're there, especially now that the Dream are cooking. And
I know, and I think they've just done such a good job, like pumping that organization. I think with Renee Montgomery at the helm of that, like that's going to be a fun franchise to jump on board with.
Absolutely, they're doing.
Yeah, they look fun. Things. Yeah, and they believe in it. They're like, come see us. It's like it's a party. They're doing like the come hang kind of vibes. And they make you want to go watch them and hang out with them and be a part of it. So
yeah. So let's do just a quick check. We brought up sort of like what's happening with the league tonight. Let's do a little screen share here. I tried to find the most broadcast friendly page for WNBA scores.
I have just the Google one up. I like the
Google one is great. Whoa. So we did that, and I knew I would do that on the first.
I can pull up the Google one if you want.
There
if
you
that
go.
is
How about you pull up the Google one? Because the
right.
one that I have, this Yahoo one, it's got some weirdo banner ads. So this is great.
Okay, so this is what we have today.
Yep.
We have that Suns Liberty 92-65.
Oof.
Mystics Wings still going on here. Mystics kind of running away with it a little bit,
Yep.
but Wings have been playing pretty well.
Mhm.
Dream Fever, I thought that would be closer, but again, the Dream have just been doing a good job.
Yep.
And then Mercury Aces and Link Sparks will start up in about 20 minutes here. Tomorrow we get Sky and Storm. That should be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Although I feel like the Storm, I'm expecting them to play at a higher level, and I haven't watched a ton of their games, but from what I've seen, I've been like,
Yep.
I don't know.
They've fallen a little bit flat, and part of that is Stewie got COVID last week, and that froze everything thing. And
I know Natasha Club was so fun. It was just like going, and then health and safety protocols.
Yep, exactly.
And all of them tweeting like commercial flights.
Yeah, remove a mask mandate on commercial flights, and you put all these teams on commercial
look what happens.
Flights.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed that this would have happened? But I mean, shout out Jewel Lloyd. I mean, I think she's kind of single-handedly carrying this organization because she has put up some huge numbers.
So what's fun about this is why I like this one, because now I can go back up to this, let's say Skylinks. And then we're gonna we're looking at Storm. Sorry.
You're good.
I'm like, where am I going? Still thinking about the Sky Storm game. Mercury Storm. Okay, so there's the Mercury, but I love it. I know everyone probably uses this for NBA, but I do as well, and I think it's one of the better ones. 26 points. Look at this breakdown.
Look at the rest of the team. I know. And I mean, Sue Bird.
Goodness.
That last game broke. Sue Bird had a streak of 39 straight games with a 3. That's over a season in the W, and it ended on that game. She was like 0 for 9 or something. It was awful. Man. Awful to watch.
This is wild. 14 rebounds too. Talbot. Wow. Yep. The number of rebounds, I don't know why I'm so surprised, but I, from a fantasy mindset, just keep noticing rebounds from players. And like Hamby, like Talbot here, the amount of points, I'm like, this person's not a scorer. Like, why are they so far up in these DraftKings? Like, how did they get all these points? And then I'm like, they have 18 rebounds.
They have 18 rebounds and like 6 steals.
And then you go look at the underdog pick'ems the next time, and you're like, they have to get 10, 12, 18 rebounds.
Right. I don't know.
Now
I don't know if it was 16. This game, but can you click on the Mercury stats? I think Brianna Turner in like her second game back had the most Brianna Turner stat line. Yeah, there it is. She had 2 points, 14 rebounds. And if you expand that out, she had like 4 or 5 steals in that too. That is the most Brianna Turner. Just this defensive specialist doing everything it takes.
I didn't realize DT had a 24-point game that night.
It was some vintage DT.
We like that. I don't normally think to play her in DraftKings and stuff just because I don't feel like we get that performance all the time. But man, you gotta keep an eye on it. Hopefully there's a little bit of a pattern to it. So I can start to guess it better.
Oh my gosh. Trying to figure out patterns this early in the season.
And even like I don't think they exist. Like I should really start keeping more track of it, get my spreadsheets out or something, because I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep an eye on these people for another week, and then I'll see if they become sort of cycled in, or like, let me keep an eye on this matchup because I know there's going to be another Sun Liberty matchup next time. So let me look at, who we're playing. And
I look forward to the Kelsey Boy Beats spreadsheets when they come out. That's amazing. So we see that we have Mercury Aces tonight, Link Sparks later on tonight.
Yeah.
They haven't started yet. That means that we're too late to build any kind of DFS lineups, but we have plenty of time to build.
I went on DraftKings to see if there was the two.
Oh, there's not
2-game slate. There's nothing.
Come on.
There's nothing. FanDuel you might be able to get a FanDuel lineup in. I probably not though. It's probably the whole slate versus.
Yeah, I am not.
Late games.
Yeah, I'm not going to put viewers through the desktop experience on FanDuel again because that was rough last time.
Yeah, but we could try to get some last minute underdog picks in. If you haven't used your I don't know how it works with the like Tyler Hero special. I already used it with a Jason Tatum bet earlier today, but you may be able to. I think you can only use it once.
Right.
Also,
and I put this out in the Twitterverse too. Like moment ranks. I need daily challenges. Yeah. We have people getting multiple moments now. They're not just these like one shots. And on days that we have like 5 games, why not give us a challenge that allows us to use, all these different moments? Like, you're going to get variety. You're going to get the kind of scores that you need. Help us out, Moment Ranks.
Yeah, win WNBA.
Exactly, win WNBA. Yeah, so let's try this party again. I can share a screen like an adult who knows how to do things.
I have the tabs ready. You just let me know.
All right. You got the tab ready?
I do. I have it up. I was able to get logged in.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Sweet. Oh, yours looks better than. Oh no, mine's just dark screen. That's why.
Oh yeah. See, I
it looks different.
I haven't gone to help my eyes to do the dark screen yet. So here we go.
Okay.
Do we want to? Let's see. Do I have to like toggle over to make sure I get my hero pick, or?
So that game already started.
Already gone.
I forgot that. I was thinking it wouldn't be there for me because I used it, and then I remembered they're like halfway through the game right now.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, that's not gonna be there.
Yeah, this shows you how well I'm into the NBA streets right now, but that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like hero half a point.
Right. So let's look at these. Or anything like.
So I took a quick look earlier. I find WNBA to be very hard, and I again have not figured it out. Like all of it's in the way that picks are supposed to be. This is going to sound very obvious, but all of it feels within the realm of possibility. But it's stuff that I often feel like shouldn't feel that way. And stuff that I'm like, I've seen it. I haven't seen it happen enough times, but it still does sort of make sense that these are the numbers. Right. And it may be that I need to just switch my mindset for WNBA and pick the under more often, because I do tend to play for overs. Like I look for overs I like versus looking for overs and unders I like.
Yeah.
That's because I like to bet on things I'd like to root for. Yeah. So if you want and it's also harder. I feel like even when I'm watching a basketball game, I'm not rooting for people to miss or I guess I'm rooting for someone to get a rebound over someone else. So that's where I might be like rebound unders make more sense to me. But so I always love a Kelsey Plum bet. That Vegas Phoenix game, again, I feel like
watch the replay, Rod. Yep.
Thanks for coming by.
Yep.
Vegas has been scoring a ton. Like I do feel like that has been a consistent piece of the season so far. They're playing well, they're playing fast, and so a lot of those I don't hate. But it also
so this is what I'll say. If I'm looking for an under, the last time, and we've already had this talk about the last time we watched something doesn't mean anything, but the last time we watched Phoenix and Vegas play, Diana Taurasi had a hard time keeping up offensively with the pace. She was getting outrun off the court. She only had 4 points.
9 points that game.
Oh yeah.
Am I thinking?
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. She had like 9 points, 9 assists. Yeah. So under here feels pretty good to me.
Yeah, and that was that first game, but she's also coming off a big performance, so I don't hate. I don't hate that call.
Yeah. And what we saw with Brianna Turner is that she can get stats in a number of ways. If you told me that she had 0 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists, or whatever that's 14. That's not going to get you there. If she had 2 points, 7 boards, and 7 assists, and got that over, I would absolutely believe that. I think her versatility is almost unrivaled, in the league. I feel good about hitting that over.
Like that. Yeah, because if you're right to have that rebounds number in there, like she almost cleared that with rebounds alone last time, and her rebound line's at 8. Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, I like that. I would think too she's gonna have to have a good game to keep that competitive. And I don't love the Tina Charles ones just because she and Asia. I just feel like Asia wins that matchup. Skylar against Smith, those seem high.
Feels like a lot to me. Yeah.
Yeah, and she probably, because we're saying that, gets it. But
let's just hit the
add one more to this. I'm gonna place this too, so that
we play big. We're gonna go. We can play 2 more. We'll play our 5. Because one that feels low to me, and Becky Hammond has brought this up multiple times in press conferences, is that she wants Kelsey Plum to expand her game.
I love rooting for Kelsey Plum.
Yeah, she wants Kelsey to pass the ball and be the playmaker.
Yeah,
and she's already had an 11 assist game this term.
She is someone too where I hardly ever pick the over for her and not trust that it'll hit. Like if it doesn't hit, I'm like, oh, it was off by like 1. Like it's going to be off by 1. Her numbers feel pretty close, and I do feel like she consistently exceeds expectations. I like that a lot.
All right.
I like that a lot.
Now, folks in the chat, like, let's look at this Minnesota LA, because we're going to pick one more. Like, someone throw in like what looks good to you. Jessica Shepard in points with Kayla McBride coming back seems high.
Yeah,
but she's playing really well.
Playing really well.
Yeah. Me too, Mac Attack. Me too. Shout out being down bad.
It's hard. Yeah. It is so hard. And you think you figure it out one week, and then they rip the rug right out from underneath you. It's like, what? Get rubbed.
Who's rugged you more this year, Kelsey?
Oh my gosh.
Dapper or WNBA?
Myself, my DraftKings, my own choices. My own choices on DraftKings.
This is big brain top Tesla. Like, just stay away. I can't help it. We do it for the content.
You gotta. Plus, I will also say Underdog gave us some credit to play around with. So this is not financial advice. We have some extra fun to work with. And I feel like I've hit a couple that have allowed me to keep a nice little balance in there. So that it just feels like fun money.
Balance. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, we love it. So
all right. I see Jessica Shepard on here, but then I also, one thing that I found out too early in the season is that you get the news alert that someone's coming back. Today it was Rebecca Allen. Rebecca Allen is one of my favorite DFS plays of all time, and I saw her coming back, and I thought, oh man, bring on the steals, bring on the boards, bring on the assists.
Yeah, probably next game.
It's not going to happen.
Like first game back, it's tough.
They're coming back from overseas.
Even if they've been playing, like they traveled, I just feel like that's hard.
Granted, I'm 37 years old, but I can't accomplish anything after a flight that changes time zones.
No, I got to pack compression socks now. Highly recommend. Sponsor us. I have a pair of the Bombas ones at the moment. Been looking around for some other brands to
let's
try out the range. Yeah.
I need those like cozy Bombas socks.
Yeah, they're good.
Throw promo
compression sock splurge. Maybe if I win this bet, I'll buy some more compression socks.
Someone go to Twitter now and at Bombas and put a link in our video right now.
Can you imagine the travel they have to do and then to play a full game, and then I
think about it for like Kayla McBride. I think she won Turkish League. I know that she won Turkish League. You are popping bottles, you're holding trophies, you got medals, you're on the court, you're celebrating, and then 24 hours later you're on a flight. Like,
oh my God.
Imagine like hangover city, imagine recovery, imagine time zone change.
You.
That's rough. I think I'm talking myself into an under on Kayla McBride right now for 17 and a half. Oh. But let's see. It's just
so hard to tell.
I wish they'd give it.
Man, And then like Liz, I feel like is such a wild card these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere for near Liz Cambage for this, especially against Sylvia Fowles. If anything, I would go over on. I mean, if they had boards for Sylvia Fowles, I would go over whatever number they gave us for that, but they don't.
No, you get points, rebounds, assists.
Yeah,
probably because that would have been an easy bet.
And Top Shot Tesla, you're right that they can accomplish anything.
Right. And I know it's so funny, like DT talking about changing her whole. Like people are like, "Are you gonna retire?" It's like I got a handful of years of me. I changed my whole life so that my body would be equipped for this. I know I've said that on another show, but it just stays with me.
No, imagine like just not forfeiting, but just giving so much of your life to a sport that is gonna make you fly commercial to do it. Like that is a level of dedication that I do not have.
And like you got to change your whole diet. You got to change routines to make sure you're sort of maximizing your body's capacity to do those things. I'm sure she and Chris Paul have been exchanging notes on their diets and how to keep their bodies in game condition. But man,
Mac Attack, I don't think this is dumb. I don't.
No.
No, Neke has been incredible this year, and I think if you look who's guarding at the 4 spot, I think Neke is going to have. If you look who's guarding her at the 4 spot from Minnesota, I think Neke is going to have size and be able to do that. My only worry is just her getting to the rim to shoot against Fowles. But you know what? We need one more. We haven't done it yet, so. Let's hit because we have to do this in a
rebounds
minute.
On that. Is that what you?
Oh, I hit rebound. Whoops.
Yeah. Do you want points or rebounds?
There we go. Let's go points.
Okay.
And
we got to get these in.
Yeah, we do. All right.
We're
gonna do my typical grandma bet. We're putting $1 in to pay out 20. And
we like that. So we have DT under.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you took a Tina Charles under too. I missed that one.
Yep. I did that.
I like that. Okay.
Going
Tina
over on
Charles total under. Yeah.
Total fish bet. Let's go.
Oh my God, 20x. That's why you do that. Yeah, that's fun. All right, I'm gonna put in 5.
Okay. There you go. Dang.
I'm telling you, I have some fun money to play around with. I had like promo credit. I gotta do this before I'm gonna forget. It's gonna turn to 10 p.m.
We're blaming really cool. Rowdy Rod if this fails. Like you bail on us, Rowdy. Like
you gave us one. You gave us one, and even if all of them are busts.
Yeah.
And what if they all hit though? Then we're gonna have to do this around. That'd be cool.
If this one hits, I'll find a moment that we can share with folks in the chat the next time.
If this hits, I got $100 in my account.
Yeah, you do.
We'll figure something out. There we go. No, I did the promo. I think I should have used promo code hold. I'm just going to say I used promo code hold. That's a mouthful.
Yep.
And so it doubled my deposit. And so I think, and then I hadn't played very much, but I couldn't withdraw anything because most of it, or at least half of it, was like promotion money. And they gave me more promotional money to play around with it. So there's money in there, but until I win it back, I can't withdraw it. It's not mine. It just has to be played.
Right.
So yeah, for a little while I had like over $100 that just had to be played. And then I won a couple of times now, but I keep forgetting that I could take some of it. So we'll see.
Right.
We'll see how this goes.
We're hoping for the best.
Yeah.
If we want to shift to like Top Shot a little bit, that Neil, the team captains, need to send some of their money to W players. Oh, okay. I thought my initial read on that was that we need to spend this on WNBA parties, which absolutely right. But yeah, give money directly to WNBA players. Let's do that. Let's fork over the Cash App.
We should figure out their Venmo. Yeah, their Venmo, their Cash App.
Yep.
And be like, here's a bonus for today.
Exactly.
You help me hit this over. I'm going to pay you 10%.
There you go.
You come on one show. Crystal's the only one we're paying right now.
Exactly. Yeah. But shout out, Crystal. You're going to find a great home on our roster.
I hope to someday be able to do this. I don't think it's going to happen soon. But we'll put it on the goals list.
There you go.
See what we can do. own a team, get them a plane.
Exactly. When
in that order.
After you join in matrimony with Mike, you build the influencer empire. I think there's time for that. Yeah.
Yeah. We can only hope.
It's a win all around, especially if you're doing that good work. Good work for the W. So
yeah, hopefully that's it. That's fun, and we'll be able to catch most of those games if I decide to stay up that late.
Right.
Always a question.
Right. Yeah. So let's move on to the next thing. Speaking of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of fun and building teams, we got a nice little discussion that started on Twitter, thanks to Hunter Cruz, which
this is great.
Shout out Hunter. Show up in the video. We'd be happy to talk to you. He did in the NBA, any other sport, there's all these sort of like tile list of like build your team with the $1 level up to $5 level. You got $25, spend it. This one is just super simple. He made it great. He made it challenging. We are building a team. We're building a young core with these players that are, I think everyone is 25 and under.
So this is, it's 2019. I think he said it in the replies. It's 2019 to 2022 draft picks.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And the idea is that you pick a person from every row. And then he did us the great favor of putting the rest of the names in the chat, because I was terrible with faces when I started to look at this. And speaking of Twitter things happening, did you see this?
So I did see that. I did not know that second part that Neil just shared in the chat. I saw her signing the jersey for her and taking photos. She signed both of the jerseys that were there.
Yep. She could not give her own jersey.
But if A'ja Wilson had given her the jersey, like, they're not going to not get her one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I respect her for being like, we only have like 2 jerseys. Like, maybe she would get in. Mike, I was just going to share this update. Mike is tuning in from, he may have left already, but he was at the bar where he hosts trivia, and he was like, I'm going to hang and watch the Celtics game. They closed the door to the back room where he hosts trivia for him and turned the audio up for the TV. So he got like his own private viewing room.
Oh my God.
At this trivia place. And I was like, this just... He texted back, are you done already? And I hadn't responded yet. So here he is, figuring out that no, we are still streaming, Mike. Welcome. Yeah, no, they need more jerseys. I didn't know that. But I do also kind of feel like if you're A'ja Wilson, like maybe if you're not her and you're on the team and you're like giving your, this. They probably don't, like, what is the fine for that? They probably don't have a protocol for it. And so if she gave one away and they got mad at her, I feel like it would be like, oh, well, then you figure out how to replace it. And then when they figure out that probably isn't that difficult, then they can give more jerseys away.
But as you dug into that, what's that?
And then we'll have cool merch.
Yeah, and then
there's more opportunities for merch if the players can give their jerseys away to loving, adoring fans.
That would be a great tradition, to have players just like shed socks, shed their jerseys, and just like Kelsey plummet into the stands to Kelsey like the entire like
there's
lower
something
bowl.
There with plummet too.
Oh my gosh, that was totally unintentional.
That's
good. But I think my favorite tweet out of that controversy was that like WNBA players have just as hard a time finding merch as we do, and that made me feel.
Where am I going to get a jersey? You only have like 2 jerseys. Oh man, more jerseys for the WNBA.
Right.
I also saw a tweet. Speaking of this stuff, that Steph Curry recently graduated, but his his thesis was on sports equity, and gender equity in sports. And I need to get my hands. Yeah, I'm going to add it to my sports reading list of like the WNBA's collective bargaining agreement. I still have to read that whole thing, and then I'm going to have to read Steph's thesis.
Can you imagine being that excited to read a thesis? Like, I am amped. I need my hands on this right now.
I would love. Yeah, I can't wait. I'm sure it's great. He
Never have
works
I
so
ever.
much too with those younger players coming up. Like it'll be cool to see.
Speaking of meaning so much to younger players, this doesn't relate as much as I thought it did when I started yelling.
You're
But did
excited
you
about
see?
it, so we have to share
I
it.
got excited. Did you see the Her Hoops stat newsletter today? Basically about how offensive efficiency in the WNBA has just like skyrocketed. They had this chart about the volume of threes that had gone up and the percentage at which folks are making threes. The little like
Yeah, here
line
it
in the
is.
graph of percentage has not changed over the last 3 years, whereas the number of attempts have just skyrocketed in a pretty short amount of time. And it just goes to show just how efficient, incredible, just amazing, especially these young players are when they step in. Like Rhyne Howard is taking
They're
over the league.
fun. Oh, she's so good.
She won. Oh, this was on the Dream and Fever broadcast. The only I'm gonna put this to you, and it's totally unfair to ask this as a trivia question. The only other player in WNBA history to win a Player of the Week award in their first season. What is that player?
My guess is Candace Parker.
It was actually Tamika Catchings.
Okay.
But like both amazing company.
Yeah.
Like too good.
That list of people who have comparable stats in their opening season is unbelievable.
Yeah. Incredible.
Unbelievable. Is she your building block?
That's where we're going.
To circle it back. Is that your building block pick?
The only other person I would consider with a building block is going to be Fee, Pisa. But recency bias is telling me like
recency bias is like huge right now for me on this
right. But I mean, think about it. Fee is going to be missing almost a season. And that has to count for something.
Yeah. Also, Rhyne's just been so dominant. I mean, it's like it's worth talking about. And I think when you're doing this thought exercise of like building your future and you're thinking about this promise and talent, and you've seen there is sort of a consistency to that, to her game right now, and she's brand new. Like to develop from here is unreal. So I do like that that choice. My other, and you kind of like, I think a lot of people approach this and they just pick the best from each line.
Yeah.
My brain works differently where I'm like, I need to fill out a roster. I'm like, there's a ton of guards here. And I'm like, I can't have that many guards.
Right.
And so that takes away a guard spot for me. I think I still picked a ton of guards. So like, whatever. But I do think when you're looking at kind of this whole, that's my pick.
Yeah. And to just, before we move on, just Rhyne Howard, I didn't look at the updates for this game. She's shooting 39% from the field, 45% from three, and almost 80% from the line. She's a week into her WNBA career and is so close to being that 50, 40, 90 kind of player. Like she's in that ballpark already.
Tonight.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, it wasn't 39 from the field. She's like 42, I think.
She's yeah, she was the leading scorer for the Dream tonight. I think again.
Incredible.
5 rebounds, 1 assist, 19 points.
So we both have Howard for building block, and it sounds like you want to go big with your next couple picks on here.
So actually, my second pick here, I really like how Jackie Young's been playing.
Oh my gosh, so good.
And I think that's my pick here.
Do
you know what's funny? I went through this and I was like, Marina Mabrey had an awesome game tonight. Like she's pretty fun. And I was like, Kennedy Carter. Like there's a lot of choices. And it evolved. And I was like, oh no, like Jackie Young consistently so good on a stacked team. Like for me to be saying that about her and for her to be on the Aces and that to be the company she's around, I think in that way they are elevating her game as well. But for her to be standing out amongst a crowd like that is very, very impressive to me. So that was sort of that's what kind of helped me make that choice there.
Yeah. I think that's a real smart pick. Especially with the growth that she's shown this year. My pick, I think I'm going to go with, and I might regret this as we go farther down, but I've been really impressed with Nalissa Smith, who
Yeah.
didn't play today.
You're gonna have so many brand new rookies on this.
I know,
because I know who I picked coming like later, and I'm like, oh.
When we talk young core, like this is a young
Yeah.
core. We're gonna have to find
the Fever. You're essentially, this is the Fever's game plan, and it's not bad. Oh,
everybody
I
knew.
did take the odds for the Fever on DraftKings Sportsbook for like, I don't know very well how it works. I just know it said plus 10,000. And I was like, they're really fun. Like, if they make a playoff run, I feel like they could upset some people. They have nothing to lose. Like, they're fun. So I was like, sure, let me put like $5 on this. So it's like $5 to win $500, I think, is that bet. And I was like, that's fine. I'm so excited to keep rooting for them.
This is
the longest shot, but
this is why I need my state to hurry the F up in terms of gambling. I need this kind of energy in my life. Yeah. And I mean, Neil Diamond Hands, you know, the fastest way to my heart. Rui freaking Machida is, I mean, she's a 29-year-old rookie. She is feasted on competition like internationally, and she is an incredible passer facilitator. So when I know that when I said those words, you were like, I know how to get Kevin sidetracked, and that's bringing up Rui. I am a Rui super fan. All right, second contract line. We have Jordan Canada. We have Lexi Brown. We have Gabby Williams. We have Victoria Vivians. We have Monique Billings. Who are you thinking of?
So I think I go Canada here.
Mm-hmm.
I had a hard time with this line though. I don't know enough about these players. I don't have a lot of specific thoughts on them. I've enjoyed watching Jordan Canada play, and so that I think there is just like, I feel like she's been doing pretty well lately as well. But other than that, I don't have a ton of insight on this row.
Yeah, and these are players that are probably at this point outside of Canada who are getting 15 to 20 minutes a game, like not a ton. Monique Billings maybe a little bit more.
Monique Billings was the other one I was looking at, and then I kind of found myself just comparing the two of them, and just thought there was a little more upside. In Jordan Canada.
Yeah. So this is boring, but that's exactly the person that I picked too for my. She's going to be the experienced person on the team so far, but she's shown a lot in LA. And she had that chance to do it in. I mean, Seattle had the chance to keep her. She could have really grown with Seattle, and I think at this point they might be regretting it, kind of looking at how Sue Bird is kind of just aged and takes a while to bounce back from games. But I just think that she's going to be phenomenal, and is a great facilitator. Good on defense. I like her. Gabby Williams is probably my second choice, but I like Jordan kind of over that.
I felt like I was comparing back to Jordan. Most of them, I was like, what about this? What about this? And I was like, I should just pick Jordan. Like, this is it.
That's it. You got it. All right. So sophomore players, year two players.
So this was fun. This I had a harder time with, but this is also where I felt more confident in my picks before, that I was like, I probably need to look for non-guard players.
Now that's a good tell. Tell me where you landed on that.
So I went with Michaela here, and it was because, spoiler alert for the next row, but I took Shakira Austin.
Oh, nice.
For the year one players. I love that year one row. I like Destiny Henderson. I think is going to be like a top pick for me forever. I would love to have picked her, but I wouldn't have picked Destiny over the other guards I have already. Other than maybe Jordan Canada. So I was like, no, what makes sense for me in that row is to take Shakira Austin at center, and then I think Michaela for the forward spot. but still that roster is like 3 guards. So like maybe not. I also like Charlie here too.
Yeah.
But this row is so fun. Like Didi's defensive presence. We haven't gotten to see it yet this year. Well, she's still hurt. She's still out. She
She's
didn't come
still
back
out
yet today. Yeah.
she did.
And then Dejanay, I feel like there's a lot of room for her growth too. But I just feel like, is it Onion Ware? I feel like I'm always going to say it wrong. That's why I've been saying Michaela. But
no, that's okay. I struggle with it too. The person who did not tonight's, but the previous New York broadcast got it wrong. Said it 6 different times, or 6
whenever
different ways.
I hear it too, I'm like, okay, that's it, and I'm trying to remember it. But I feel like there's not very many reliable pronunciations there. I'm gonna try to pull up her hoop stats one.
Yeah, they're a good reliable spot for that
pronunciation.
Yeah. While you're doing that, I landed on what's that?
Onion Ware.
Okay.
Onion Ware.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's who I'm going for there.
Yeah, Michaela was up there for me, as was Dana Evans. But having gone with Canada and already having Howard, I think this is tipping to the year 1 road too. But I wanted to focus on defense for the next 2 picks. So what Dejanay does to disrupt on defense and then turn it immediately into transition is a skill that Connecticut is starting to leverage, to have her be kind of a chaos agent on the perimeter. And if I was building a team, I would want that. A person who, even if they don't start, is going to have the kind of motor to come in and just disrupt when they get in the game, and do so at such a talented level. Like her ability, she did it in the second Sun game. I forget who, but she had this steal. Hey, Bandy.
Can you hear?
Steal, that turned into
Mike's home. He's all excited.
Oh, what a happy guy. Had this steal that just turned into transition in this effortless way. Like her ability to just like poke at a ball and then get to it before her opponent does is incredible.
She's been fun. Fan. I like that call.
Yeah. All right. We're rounding out our team with Rooks. Let's go. What do you got? I know. I guess you already.
Yeah. So I took Shakira Austin in this row. I feel like she's been playing great, and to play that well on a team like the Mystics is awesome. You could, they traded their pick, and then they were like, "This would be fine. Like we think this is what we're gonna get, and this is who we want to get." And she's like, "Yeah, sure. I'll show up. I'll perform like from day one."
Yep. She has this great offensive awareness when she plays. You saw it at like Ole Miss, and it's pretty cool to see it in her first couple of games at the league. It's unfair to like expect every rookie to be Rhyne Howard.
They're like, the rookies are really good. I feel like I also feel like they're in good spots where they're getting good time. And so we are kind of getting to see a good showcase of their skill set. She's been fun. I really like that.
Yeah, she's been hitting.
This is a fun row.
Yeah. So what I went with, leaning again into the defense side, is I went with Victoria Burton for the wings. Again, someone whose steal rate in the minutes that they play is just off the charts. And I think if you have a wing set with a Dejanay and a Burton, especially on the floor together, if Burton can, and Dejanay for that matter, kind of figure it out from a half court offense standpoint, where they can get their shots look good in kind of like spot up situations.
Yeah,
I think they can. I mean, they can be really good. And I may be sacrificing some offense for kind of just like wanting transition and chaos.
Yeah, that defense
on the wing, but
offense wins games, defense wins championships.
There you go. That's right.
Those on shirts in our high school time. I will say Shakira Austin had a 20-point game tonight, 8 rebounds, 2 assists.
No way.
And outscored Elena Deladon. So if that's what we're working with.
Yeah.
I was like, how'd she do tonight? What?
Speaking
Almost
of
had that
rookies,
double-double.
those dang rookies. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
they're fun.
Yeah, that is fun. Kelsey, thank you for doing that with me.
Yeah. Did my homework.
You did your homework. Oh, that's great. So behind the curtain, I gave that's something cool that I saw on Twitter, and in my like adult ADHD brain, I think, oh, this would be a cool thing to do.
This would
Let's
be fun.
just absolutely share it with someone without any context. And I basically just excitedly shared it with Kelsey. And then sometime before showtime, she's like, okay, what are we doing with this again?
Yeah.
I give no context.
Can you talk about that? Can we ready to talk about this? I did have to text for homework help and be like, some of these faces are hard right now. I'm better with the names. Like,
exactly.
I need to do a better job of matching faces with names. But when I'm watching basketball, this happens to me for the NBA too. Like the DraftKings player photos really help me because I see names and faces.
Yep.
And I play more DraftKings than FanDuel, and they don't have the faces up for WNBA. So I haven't been able to match all the names and faces.
Yeah.
So as soon as I saw the names, I was like, oh yeah, this person. I'm still like, let me double check what position they play and all that. But
for the love of God, DraftKings, if you're not going to give us faces, at least give us the jersey number. Like when I go to press submit or I check my lineup real quick and kind of that panicky, oh my gosh, games are going to start. I need to make sure this is set the way I want it. If I see 3 Dallas jerseys and they're all the same number, I'm going to freak out because I don't like my initial panic right there is terrible. Like give us help
the
us
color
out,
coding, I guess, is helpful, but there's
it's a mess. It is
I tweeted that last season. And I had like gamer people in my replies being like, but do it for the gaming community first. I'm like, they could probably do both pretty easily. Like, we're in this together. Like,
this is not one or the other.
The same thing. Stop implying that you want these gamers to have their faces on there before probably one of the few women's leagues that exist on this site.
Exactly.
It's like we could join forces here.
Let's not fight. We could help.
It really made me laugh. I was like, okay. Yeah. Do you just like search WNBA?
The reply guys for the WNBA.
You can reply to it about
absurd
the gaming ones.
I know. Have you ever searched WNBA on YouTube?
No. I think if I have, it's been a more specific search term.
Yeah.
Like I think I've searched WNBA dunks. See like the handful of dunks that have been in the league, or like coolest WNBA plays or something. But
specific player highlight reels, that kind of thing.
Yeah, but just WNBA.
It is an ocean of just misogynistic nonsense when you search just WNBA. There are people who take their entire lives to just like make these long reels of like ugly basketball plays featuring WNBA players as if they don't exist for the NBA. And imagine
those people specifically, they need to make a show. This is not a novel idea, but they need to make a show where someone who posts something like that has to play a basketball game against a WNBA player.
Yeah.
There was a video I saw. I forget who it was now. I'm going to have to try to find it. But it is a WNBA player playing like a pickup game. And someone, either not realizing she was in the WNBA or like just thinking they were better and just absolutely destroying this person. It was so good.
But I feel like Powers had one over the off season. And she's just doing like, I mean, she is just stunting on dudes like bad and talking the entire time.
I think we may have said this before of putting this in the All-Star weekend.
I think if we could get Twitter reply guys to like show up to a skills challenge at All-Star weekend, I not only would like I pay, like I would set up a huge ass team hold meetup so we could just make this happen. Like Rainmaker, misogyny is a hell of a drug, and like folks will show up for all kind of nonsense if they can have this weird sense of superiority that doesn't exist.
There's too much hate generally.
Too much hate in general. So this is why Rainmaker, Top Shot Tesla, Neil Diamond Hands, Mac Attack, Mike, everyone who shows up here to just like support and engage and be excited about it, like you're the real ones. Like,
yeah, we got to make sure our search terms has WNBA in it too, so that we are one of the top hits for that too. I love that.
Just like the absolute diet of Twitter reply guys. Like, there we go. That's perfect. I like it. And you know what? Like a hot pocket, like that's a great metaphor for what kind of nonsense it is. Just like these hot takes on the,
hot
like,
pocket
on
of the
outside,
internet.
like burn your tongue. On the inside, it's just like this doughy, cold, meaningless mess, like in the middle. Like that describes that kind of nonsense pretty well. Speaking of being excited about stuff, speaking about plays, can I share the Natasha Cloud fandom moment? That was the most recent challenge reward. This might be one of my favorite plays from WNBA players on Top Shot. Like, so let's see here. This was I didn't complete the challenge. I bought it later because I wasn't going to spend the $40 on an extra Stewie.
Oh, wait, which one was it? Did I do this one?
Yeah, did we? This
was it Stewie or Sabrina? Was it the one that just happened?
Stewie was the first one, right?
I might have two of hers. I must have done this. Let me
What an amazing play. And it is minted out of 2,291, and I got it today for under $30.
She's been so good. I'm so sad she's in health and safety protocol.
Swooping in there like she's flying commercial.
She's like, I can shoot. I'm a shooter now.
I can shoot.
So good. I mean, she really has been playing incredibly. I'm excited for her season. That's someone to keep an eye on. That to me feels like one of my go-to fantasy plays now.
Absolutely. Her steals, assists. And
yeah.
She told us, she grabbed the mic. She told us she's a shooter now. Like, don't go under.
Yeah.
She's gonna burn you. Just what a great play. And if this is what we can expect from these moments, the Rise With Us set, where it's going to mint around 2,000 and we're going to be able to cop them for $20 or $30. When this eventually gets to a challenge kind of reward situation, or this ends up in some kind of challenge, like,
I almost feel like you need to buy a second one if it
not
roped back in, so you can hold on to one.
Yeah, let's see. Can we play a non-financial advice video? Oh my God, there's so many of them. I can't do it. God, there's so many like tiles of Mike's face in here. Oh my God. Yeah, I can't do it. This is not financial advice. That's what we're going to say.
There's so many. It's so, I wish sharing screen would show you like everything on the screen, but there's just so many.
Why is this not my fantasy team name, Neil? Oh my God.
Oh, that's good. I meant to change mine to Kelsey's Plums, but then I didn't draft her. Somebody took it.
Oh, this is incredible. Yeah, and I agree, Mac Attack. That's way too cheap.
Some of these are so funny. There's so many of Mike, and it's like, Mike, shut up. Mike. Wait, hold on. There's a not financial advice song.
There we go.
And then there's a not financial advice Mike.
What's not financial advice song? Do we know this?
I think. Oh, maybe it's just the Mike one then. I thought there was a song for that. I guess not. Okay, I found it.
None of this is financial advice. Do what you love what you do. Something like that, right?
No, we need Kelsey to do this, because Kelsey has access to the same spot, the chair. Like, if she could do it in the same like t-shirt that Mike is wearing for this, like these, like, we need to recreate the Mike version as much as possible.
You know what? That's very fun. I do feel like I could nail some of the yelling.
Kelsey, can you give us like your best I'm better than everyone?
I can't. I'm gonna laugh. It won't be good. I'll have to film it.
Celtics fans are the worst. There we go. That was my best.
It's like,
while we're talking about
making fun of himself. People making fun of him as he makes fun of himself voice. It's a good one.
We can get to I have an Enrique challenge that we need to open.
I think I have some here too.
Yeah, I bet you also have like packs still to open. I opened my second pack of WNBA best of because I foolishly thought there would be an extra Sabrina or something in there that I could use.
Yeah, so I have a best of, and I have a few here, the fandom ones.
So let's see this. I haven't even seen the Enrique play, so I'm excited about this. Let's make this happen. I need this energy in my life. Kenneth from 30 Rock, like, let's go. Let's make it happen. Watch my Wi-Fi crash. All right. And good numbers. 575. That's not bad. Oh my gosh. What a bucket. That is great.
Off the glass.
Off her feet. That needs to be the logo. Can we pause that? Like when she's in midair? That's incredible. Not quite 24, but we're close. You know what? I'll take it. And I'm gonna stop my screen. Kelsey, if you want to share.
All right, yeah. Should I open all these? What are we?
You open what you want to. Like I have time.
My favorite thing about having it said like Liberty fan on the thing. My favorite thing about having the Liberty set as my team is that I get a live token update every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's like you've moved into, I think I'm the last person on the Liberty leaderboard, but because there's like 6 of us, right. I get an update.
Wouldn't that be like, I would love to see if Top Shot could like organize like the first 10 people who are fans of like these teams, just like get these people in the same room together and just like just talk about your fandom.
All right. Chance 2 at a jersey match. Here we go.
24. Oh, there's
42, a 24. It's like as high as you can get while still having a 22 in there. It's like a sort of a number.
I love that Tesla did the math on mine. Yeah.
All right. Where do we go? Back to my packs here.
All right. I was going to congratulate you on completing the summer set, but you were there for it. Yeah.
Do I have 2 of them? Oh, I must have. Okay. Yeah.
Look at you go.
There we go.
There it is.
All right.
Let's get a good cereal here. 920. Okay. That's a 9.
There's a 9. I feel like we're getting close. All right.
42-24. That was like at one point the score of the Sun and Liberty game. Yeah.
Okay. Diamond. I feel like I should save that. Yeah, we call it a reverse match, guys. Make that a thing. It's fine. I'm not selling it.
At Top Shot.
What do we got? 938.
Good one.
Well, I actually did know the DeShields jersey match was already opened, I think.
Yeah.
There we go.
God,
I'm going to save that WNBA one for a time where we don't have when we don't have like as many packs to go.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah.
I feel like that one feels fun to hang on to. Although I should have opened it before I bought another Sabrina just in case. Because I did buy that. I forgot I had packs. So there's that.
You were just so flush with packs, with all the things that you've held and refused to sell, that you're swimming in it, Kelsey. Like,
yeah. It just, you finish challenges and you forget why. I'm like, ooh, I need the bar to complete it. I need all of them. WNBA ones are fun for me because I finished the set. So for the most part, I've been able to just do them really quickly. Yeah.
So was Enrique the last of the WNBA set? That's right.
I think.
Right. I should have done my homework on this.
I'm really bad at keeping up with the specifics.
I'm really hoping someone in the chat knows because I will. This is how I like bail myself out of doing the homework.
Yeah, I don't think there's any more active W challenges right now. Let me look.
Right. But we're getting close to getting our run it backs to getting archives.
Oh, there's the court vision one.
Okay. Yep,
Yeah.
that challenge is up.
That's got a handful of days left.
Yep. Because these things are like 2 weeks long. It's incredible.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good. That's the one I bought the extra Sabrina for. Although maybe there's 5 days left. Maybe I do open that pack soon. And then I can sell it. So right now I can't sell it because I only have 2.
Right.
That's okay. We'll just keep it shut. Better not to know. When we win our 6-pick, however many picks parlay tonight.
Exactly. That's a good. What a great callback. That's good.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
All right, Kelsey, we chopped off all the things on my to-do list.
We did it. Now we have some time to go watch those games.
Yeah, we got Mercury and Aces still to watch. We got Lynx and Sparks still to watch.
Yep.
Do you have any? I haven't looked at scores. Like, do you have
Mercury Aces? Mercury 36, Aces 30. Second quarter.
There you go, Phoenix.
That should be fun. We like that.
Keep it close. All right, so something that hasn't started quite yet, maybe just tipping off.
That pace of that scoring is. I should have played DraftKings.
Yeah, anytime they're going to show up, it's going to be blistering. Do you have any picks for Sparks and Lynx?
What do you mean? Just like what I think might happen?
What do you think might happen? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I hope we get a good Liz Cambage game.
Mm-hmm.
The Lynx have been a tough watch.
Yeah.
So I do hope this is competitive, but I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
The Sparks, I feel like very, very hit or miss. I do sort of feel like they play up to their competition. So this just could be a garbage game for both teams, which may make it close, but I don't think it's going to be very pretty. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm with you. I hope we see a good version of the Lynx, and I hope it's a competitive game. I'm just realizing right now we've been doing this for an hour and my light hasn't been on. So there we go. No wonder I've looked like I've been in a dungeon for the past hour. Here we are. Good question. What are the Lynx doing this season?
I don't think they know. Do you know what I think it is though? Is that they're very quick to make changes, which is fine. I just feel like and I feel like there's been a lot of them, and I feel like the plan is, it almost feels like there's an expectation that you're going to put your whole body on the line every game, and that, you're going to play at the top of your game every game. Yeah. And if you're on the cusp, that like, if you're not giving that, see you later. But it seems hard to do that. It seems like a hard expectation to meet. It seems like it's very hard as a team to build any sort of team chemistry when there's so many people coming in and out. Like, you don't really have that kind of time to be making this volume of changes. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't either. I'm glad they landed on Mariah Jefferson. She'll be good for them. I think it's just a flat out bummer that it took that point, like, to rotate through Dangerfield and these other players who belong in the league for what kind of seems like trivial reasons. Dangerfield, as her size, is just not going to be the greatest defensive player in the world, but she's going to give you so much when she's on the court.
My question for you too is, what happens with Angel now?
That makes me sad too. I don't know.
That I couldn't believe.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess
that was really
she's
hard.
Still sort of fighting through an injury, but
yeah, it could have been they were just so desperate for a roster spot that they had to let her go if she's nursing that energy. It's the same thing that happened to Laisha Clarendon. They cited injury that she wasn't ready for, and she's kind of torched the team on Twitter, maybe to her detriment, but sort of like
being like, I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm ready to play. I'm good. Yeah.
It's disappointing for a storied franchise.
Yeah, and I think the answer to this is like trying to get Sylvia a run. Like, I do think the intentions are like give her a team to go out with.
Yeah.
Maybe
This is
do
not the
that.
way to do
Maybe
it.
do that before the season starts.
Like, who would have thought? Right.
What?
Other good question. Let's keep the AMA happening. Let's go. Is Washington for real? Yes. They're doing this without Cloud right now.
Yeah.
Alicia Clark is on a minutes restriction. The
That's another
chemistry
DraftKings
between
sportsbooks bet I made.
yeah. Oh,
they were right in
really?
the middle. They were like plus 1,000 to win the whole thing. So I
Yeah.
placed that future bet because that felt
Heck
fun.
yeah.
Those odds felt good for that. For how good they've looked so far this season,
Mhm.
and with a healthy Elena Deladon, I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, this feels underrated.
Yeah.
And so this
And
feels in my favor.
I mean, no one in the WNBA plays back-to-backs, but that like Elena doesn't have to go game, rest, game, rest.
Yeah.
Like she can play these games.
It also sounds like they've, again, the idea of thinking things through before the season start. They decided what games she's going to sit. They like looked at the travel schedule and they looked at the flights and they're like, she's just not going to fly to some of these games because the travel is hard on her body. So like she'll just sit that one out.
And they have a legitimate team and philosophy when Elena sets.
And Shakira's been playing amazing.
Yeah. Ariel Atkins has been playing amazing.
Yeah. Natasha Cloud's been playing amazing. Like they look good.
They look really
good.
Yeah. And I don't know, like that was a good answer. I say yes. Real, I don't know if they're quite title contenders. And then like if we want to wrap here, like
absolutely
free Britney. Britney's been in detention way too long. It's great that the Secretary of State has like met with her family to, at least make good public appearances and talk through what's happening. It's great that she's being prioritized, but she's wrongfully detained. And this is among many crises we're dealing with. This is a big one.
I do wonder if Russia feels like she becomes less of a bargaining chip as the season progresses. Like, of course we want to get her back, but I do wonder if there's any sort of timeline in their head. Like, I do think it was intentional that they kept her into the start of the season. And like extending that detention and stuff. So I don't know. I mean, the US has upgraded it. So hopefully that means it seems like moves are being made. I don't know what that means for. But it does feel like more of a political move than.
It does. And that's
wrongfully detained.
That's troubling too. I think after this week too, this is me just stepping out of WNBA Kevin, and it's sort of just like human interacting with the world Kevin. But you think of what Black Americans have had to go through just in this last week, especially with Buffalo and what happened, and to just have a lot of that pain just be kind of front and center
not
for
even
Brittany
last
Griner.
week, like to exist in this country is hard. And
yeah.
Mike was watching a show, I'm gonna blank on the name of it, but it basically covers police brutality and a lot of like the sort of monumental kind of cases that have happened and comes into modern day. And I could feel my heart racing. And I was like, wait, this can't be on before we go to bed anymore. Like I wasn't even paying full attention to it. I could like feel, and I was like, this is me as someone who does not have this lived experience. And this is what my body is doing to react to this. Like just the toll, the trauma, to just exist is wild and like unconscionable, unfathomable. And then for Brittany and her family, her team, like, and then to come home to a country that, my God.
And that we are, I like engaging with the WNBA because, as I brought up on Twitter this past week, like it's a league that walks its talk, that stands for something. And at the same time, you and I, the people in the chat, we are supporting, engaging, doing a lot of content around a league that's over 80% Black, and is a lot of folks are hurting right now for Brittany, for hurting what's happening in the country, and it's important for us to acknowledge that, not for us to let's say, just wag a finger, stand on my soapbox, do anything like that. It's important to acknowledge the pain that's happening and create space for it. I'm glad we got to do that today. I hope folks watching and in the chat do that. I believe y'all will, because interacting with y'all are pretty good humans. So I hope that, and free Britney.
Yeah.
Bring her home.
Like a long time coming.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Is there anything else you wanna chat before we wrap, Kelsey?
I mean, just guys, tune into games this week. Cheer on. If you haven't picked a team you're gonna really cheer on for the season, I think you should pick one. And just like put your full energy and force behind them.
Right.
I feel like that's a really fun way to kind of get into the WNBA. Is just pick a team.
Go for it.
Yeah, and root for them.
Update your fantasy rosters if you're in the Watch Your Work fantasy.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that. Oh, we'll have to do that recap next time.
We do. I totally.
I'm 0-1. I did remember to update before. I had a couple options this time, and I just wasn't sure what to do with it.
Right.
But yeah.
There we go. Thanks, Kelsey.
And watch the game. See if you placed underdog bets with us. We'll see if those hit.
Yeah, get in our Watch Your Work channel in the Discord has been on fire. The link to that is in show notes here. We have a Watch Your Work page in the Discord where we share a lot of our DFS thoughts and questions. So if you have DFS questions around WNBA, throw it in there. If you see cool plays, stuff on Twitter, have questions about the WNBA, throw it in that WNBA channel. And Kelsey and I can't answer it. We have a good community that can. So
yeah, we'll figure it out.
We're hyped. Yeah. Watch games. Let's go.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next week. Same time, same place.
Bye.